analyst is predicting the Switch 2 will be even more expensive. Top analyst DFC Intelligence has issued first Switch 2 report in its wake of its pricing. While it's mostly positive about the console's prospects, the tariffs are not too good. Considering that Xbox and PlayStation are raising the prices because of tariffs, obviously as well. DFC predicts the 450 global price is of good value, but way less than 500 they predicted before the pre-tariff global economic conditions as well here. They said the Switch 2 is projected to do even worse than it is projected to do. As well here, I'll put around 540 in the US. It is kind of strange that the Switch 2 is expensive everywhere but Japan. Obviously as well. I do think the Switch 2 price will eventually go down, obviously, but the Switch 2 is not a need. Okay, I think we have to realize this. The Switch 2 is not a need, it is a want. Okay, as well here. Yeah. And over the next 2 years, if these tariffs are retained, there's a put 450 in the US. Of course, easily a possibility, not likelihood, that PlayStation, Xbox, and PC gaming prices go up for the same tariff-based reasons. DFC says they'll continue evolving these forecasts and things contains obviously as well here. But don't be too surprised that they do try to increase the Switch 2 price because of tariffs. But again, you don't have to buy the Switch 2 at once. Okay? I wish people would realize this. You don't have to buy something at once. Okay? I didn't buy the new Xbox console at once. I bought it in like 2022, I think, as well here, which is 2 years after the console came out. But I think it was 2023 I bought it, not 2022. Obviously as well here. But you don't have to buy the Switch 2 at once. Okay? The Switch 2 will of course drop in price around Black Friday. And of course the Switch 2 will of course have to drop in price if the console isn't selling well in the US. Okay? Every expensive console and system will eventually drop in price with the exception of the Steam Deck as well here. Yeah, if you want to buy a Steam Deck of like 1 terabyte, you have to pay like $800 for it still. Like, that's still pretty expensive. Thus, we can have 1 terabyte of storage space as well. But the PS3, they had to drop their prices. The 3DS, of course, when it came out, was horribly overpriced compared to the DS. And then it dropped the price of the 3DS by 100, I think. And I wouldn't be surprised if it'll be the same thing with the Switch 2. Though, of course, have to drop it back to the pre-tariff prices to see if people will buy it. But I think the main thing that would have to drop the price is not the console itself, it's the games. Like $80 games, a lot of people are not too happy about it. Even like the $70 Donkey Kong game, people are not really too happy about the game being $70, obviously as well. But yeah, that's what this video here, and goodbye.